Initially, when I thought of doing the song, I was like, yeah, I should probably get Ike to do the screams. We can do it together and that kind of thing. But after a while, I was like, okay, here's the story of how the screams came to be. Okay, so as you may know, I'm not a vocalist. I'm not a singer. I simply have, I have the drive. I have the willpower to yell and scream and cause problems on purpose. I talked to my vocal coach. So first I listened to the song and I was like, I've been a fan of the song for a while. I love it. And so I asked my vocal coach, I was like, hey, so would it be possible to learn how to scream with my given vocal set? And so she she grabbed my neck and she's like, yeah, I think you can probably do it. I'm like, what the fuck? You grabbed my neck? Okay. And so she was like, so she taught me this technique. So you can copy along if you'd like. So you know how once you go through like a long day and you just want to sit down and watch TV, you go like that kind of sigh. And so at that point she's like, okay, so imagine having a long hard day and then you have a nasty sigh, just like that kind of sound. Now, because I've been practicing how to sing from my diaphragm, she's like, okay, now squeeze your stomach, squeeze your diaphragm, and control the airflow. Like that. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. And then she's like, okay, now, puff out your chest and force more air into it so it can control the airflow and open your jaw really wide. And that's how I get there. I can't scream right now. We have people in the house, so... And you don't understand. I was practicing the scream for months, 2 whole months. After I learned how, I was practicing. The thing is, like, I think Ike knew I was covering Utsupi's Getemono because I asked him to mix for me, but I didn't tell him how I was gonna manage the screams. I think like, I don't know if he was assuming he was gonna do it, but I didn't say anything. And so like after a while, I got my phone out in my car because I practice in my car. I practice screaming in my car to not bother my parents or my neighbors. And so I would just scream in my car on the way home from a Luna Institute. And there have been several occasions. I keep on thinking that my car is soundproof. It's not. Because at one point, I was screaming the parts of the song in the car. I turned to the left. There's a lady looking dead at me like... I was like, I need to get out of here. And so, as soon as the light turns green, I zoom forward and like swerve around. I put myself like many cars in front of her. I'm like, okay. And so I start screaming again and practicing. I look to the left. She's there again! She saw me twice! Twice! She saw me twice! But anyhow. So, I got my phone out at one point. I felt like I practiced enough times. I got my phone out and I turned on recording. So I was recording, but I had the phone like on my chair so you couldn't see anything. Just like a black screen. You can hear me in the background. I play a song and I record a quick sample of me screaming the intro part. Just like the little like the rah, that part. And so I sent it to Ike and I was like, hey, you're not gonna judge me, are you? He's like, yeah, like, no, of course not. Can you tell me if you can auto-tune this or make this work in this song somehow? And this is back like in January or something. And I sent him the sample. He's like, yo, Aya, we can totally use that. What are you talking about? And then Ike mixed several samples. Like, no, like it works. Trust me, your screaming works. And then we got to where we are. It took 2 months of extra practice because I originally had the thought of releasing the song back in February. But when I sang the song to myself and I couldn't nail the screams, I didn't know how to do it, I was like, well, interesting. Weird. So, not sure how I'm gonna do that. So, And so I'm glad it turned out. Yeah. You have to open your jaw really wide, like really, really wide. Like, there are several occasions where I thought I'd lock my jaw from how wide I had opened my mouth to really project the noise. And you think that's like a full throttle, like a full throttle scream. It's actually very, like, held back. You control the airflow with your diaphragm very carefully, and the whole point is to maintain texture. So like the gravelly texture. And so that's the trick, apparently. And then, of course, Ike did amazing with the mixing. And of course, like, he's super patient during the recording session. I think at one point, it was so funny because at one point, we were really, like, getting the screams because crawl on the groan. Like, it's really low. Like, I had to, like, open up my chest and my jaw really wide and, like, lean forward to get that last one out. And at one point, I couldn't get the texture out. So there's, like, several takes of me going, groan. There are several takes. There's several outtakes of me going, groan. Because I couldn't do the texture anymore. I was a little tired. I couldn't do it. So you had to wait a few minutes to take a sip of water, relax a little bit, then retry a few minutes later. It was so funny. This crowd.
やる気が出ない、やる気が出ない、布団から出られない。